Man, I was just playing some Black Ops 3. I cannot wait for Infinite Warfare to come out. Let me know if you guys are gamers, man. I used to be a huge gamer. I still kind of game a little bit, but not as much as I used to. But I was playing some Black Ops 3, man. Can't wait for Infinite Warfare. Let me know if you guys are pumped for the next Call of Duty. Okay, literally, there's a horse over there. Like 4 horses over here. My sister is obsessed with horses. She plays with these little freaking toy horses and runs around with them. I get it, man. She's only 11 years old. But man, these freaking things are everywhere. Alright, what's up guys, it's SheeroCars and welcome back to another video. Now, today we're going to be clearing some things up, getting some things out of the water. I don't know if that's even a saying. But we're going to be clearing some things up for you guys and letting you know when and why I haven't got my car yet. So, or why I haven't got my car yet and when I plan on getting it. And also the options that I'm looking at right now, like heavily looking at. Because I know I've been going back and forth, like I want a BRZ or an FRS, I want a WRX, I want a STI, I want a Mustang, but you know, I've been going back and forth and I think that's totally okay because this is my first car. I really want to make the right decision and I do want to keep my options open. But basically, yeah, so we're gonna be talking about that. I actually like doing these videos. I know sometimes it may not be the funnest video to watch for you guys because I'm just kind of sitting here talking, but I like to establish this connection with you guys and be able to talk to you guys about a lot of stuff. I actually got a compliment today about from my friend Luigi. He told me that he really likes my videos because he feels like he knows me better through them. And I took that as a heavy compliment because that's awesome. Like, I want to develop that same connection with you guys. Now, I know Luigi in person, but it was cool that he feels like he knows me better through my videos because that means that you guys probably feel like you know me. And I wish I could meet all of you. Unfortunately, I can't. But it would be cool for us to develop that connection. So, yeah. Basically, now, the biggest thing I want you guys to get out of this video is that I'm absolutely trying my hardest to get this car. Like, it's not like I'm like, oh, yeah, I told my subscribers I'm going to get a car, so I got to get one. It's like, this has been a dream of mine for a very long time. Obviously, I've shared it with you guys, but the reason that I want this car is for me, because I love cars. I'm a car enthusiast. I want my car, and or want a car, and I have shared that with you guys, and that is a big motivating factor for you guys that I want to get this car. But the main reason is for me. Like, you guys don't even know how much I want this car. It's been a dream of mine since I got my license 4 years ago, and since then I've been working with my parents and trying to save money to get this. I haven't really saved too much because I spent a lot of money, but I've been working for 4 years, and I'm finally starting to save up and finally getting some leeway with my parents where they may be letting me get one. Now, I know I've gone back and forth and stuff, and the big thing, like I said, is just that I want you guys to know that I'm trying my absolute best. This car is something I very much want. And, but yeah, now, if you guys want to know the absolute truth behind the reason that I haven't got my car yet, and without throwing anyone under the bus, the reason that I haven't got my car yet, the big determining factor is actually my parents. So, you guys know I'm only 20 years old. I'm not even in school right now, but I am working. And my parents kind of want me to, my parents want me to show some more consistency with something. Now, I have been working since I got my license 4 years ago when I was 16 years old. I've been working since then, okay? I actually think my first job was when I was 15. So, I've been working nonstop since then. I've taken like little breaks here and there. I've bounced back and forth through jobs, which is the big thing, is because if I was working one job since I was 16, my parents would be like, yeah, go for it, get a car. But their thing is that, which I totally get, is that they want me to show more consistency and more predictability. I don't know if that's a word, but they want me to show more of that. In that I will have a job for a long time and have a consistent pay, consistent hours, consistent schedule, and stuff like that. Versus when I'm switching through jobs, because the thing with me is I like doing what I love. That's how most people are. But I like doing what I love, and I want to have a job that I enjoy. So yeah, I've kind of bounced back and forth through jobs, and they want me to show more consistency. I'm also not in school, so that's not really helping my case. But I'm not in school because like I'm like saying fuck that, like I'm never going to school. It's more because I don't really know what I want to do right now. But yeah, so basically I'm trying to work it out with them and show them that I have been working and I will have a way of bringing in money, because the big thing with them is like, they're like, what if you bounce back and forth? What if you get fired? Which I haven't been really fired from any jobs. It's like, what if you get fired or quit or whatever, and then you can't pay for your car? And I'm trying to convince them and show them that I will make it happen. Like, no matter what, I'm a hustler, man. I will make it happen. Whatever I have to do, I will make that happen and make sure I have money to afford this car. Even if all my money is going towards the car, I will make it happen, because this is my dream. This is what I want. I want it for not only myself, but for you guys and for these videos and everything. And it's just a dream of mine that I really want to come true. And I will make sure it happens, or I will make sure I maintain the steady income so that I can afford this car, because obviously the car costs money. But yeah, with that all aside, I wanted to read to you guys what my options are right now, or what I'm looking at. Now, I have bounced back and forth a lot with this situation or with this decision. I've been saying like, oh, I want, like I said, I've just said a bunch of cars. But the main thing that I'm looking at right now that I really want is a Mustang, okay? And I know a lot of you guys are probably happy with that because you guys, like I would say maybe 75% or maybe like 60 to 75% of my fan base are Mustang guys. Now, leave a comment what fan you are, like what fan of what car you are. So if you're a Mustang guy, if you're a WRX guy, if you're import, domestic, whatever you are, comment down below. I'd love to hear from you guys. But basically, I'm looking at Mustangs right now. I'm going to read off all the options that I have. I have it all written down here. Starting from least expensive or like oldest and least expensive to newest and most expensive. So the first one, which up until recently I didn't really consider, but that is a 05 to 09 GT. So I actually drove one. I drove an 05 GT, the very first model, or the very first year of that model, with the new body style and the 3-valve GT motor, the V8. So that's what I'm looking at right now, or one of the options I'm looking at right now is an 05 to 09 GT. They're pretty similar, the couple body changes, but same motor and stuff. And they're really good cars. I drove one. It was actually a lot more powerful and fast than I expected. And I like how they look. If you do a few modifications, a few pick-me-ups, then it looks like a great car. I'm not the biggest fan of how it looks compared to some other Mustangs, but overall, I drove Patrick's, and it was a really fun car, so I'm definitely looking more into those. You can get them pretty cheap. And yeah, I would love to have one of those. Next one is a 2010 Mustang GT. So this is where it gets a bit of a horsepower and torque increase. You get a refreshed body, and it just overall looks a lot better, and it is a little bit faster than the 05 to 09. I don't know if it's actually faster, but you do have more horsepower technically, and a little bit more torque. But I like those too. I actually would take a 2010 over an 05 to 09 just because of the body. I like the taillights and stuff. But a lot of people don't really like the 2010 because it's the last year before the 5.0, and it's like where it got the new body but not the new motor, and people are like skeptical about it, whatever. But I do like the 2010s. They sound nasty, man. The 4.6 liter is a great sounding engine, and yeah. So that's the next thing I'm looking at. The next one is a 2011, which by the way, you know it's coming, but by the way, I don't know if I would be able to afford this. My budget isn't really high enough yet to do that, but if I realize that I can spend more money or work it out with my dad or whatever it may be, I would definitely look at a 2011 Mustang GT, the 5.0, 412 horsepower stock. And it's definitely a quick car. I actually raced one time. Don't really want to talk about that. You know what happened, but it was a very fast car, and I really like those. I've never ridden in one, but I definitely want to, and I'll definitely test drive one. I'll probably test drive whatever car I buy. But yeah, 2011 GT, 5.0 motor is a really good car. Then I would look at also a 2003 to 2004 Mach 1. Now, I know you guys are all Mach 1 fans. Who isn't? Maybe some of you hate it, but most of you guys came, or a lot of you guys came from my Mach 1 videos and subscribed to me from that. But I really like the Mach 1, man. It's a great car, and I just like the body style. The motor is a beast. It's a 4-valve, 4.6 liter, and it picks up nicely, okay? My brother's is really nice. I really like that. And then the next thing I'm looking at is a 9904 GT. Now, this is probably at the bottom of my list just because it's not the most powerful car, and it doesn't look as cool as the Mach 1, but you can get them for really cheap, like easily under easily under 10 grand. You can get them. So I like those. And then lastly, the two other options that I didn't know if I was going to include, but I definitely am looking at, is either a 2011 to 2014 V6 Mustang, which I know V6, I know, but it's definitely a lot of horsepower. You got like 300 horsepower and 280 pounds of torque, and you got the 11 to 14 body style, which is nice. And those cars can be modified a lot. Like they can handle turbo, anything. So yeah, great motor, great car. And then lastly, this one is definitely higher up on my list. Just because it's the new body style, but that is a 2015 V6. Now, I know a lot of you guys are going to say EcoBoost, and trust me, I know the EcoBoost is a much better car than the V6 in terms of 2015 and up, but I can't handle the sound. I just can't. In a Mustang, I would be embarrassed. I don't want to offend anyone, but I would be embarrassed to start a Mustang and just hear like that, like fart can sound. I don't want that. I just want a good rumbly V8 or maybe a V6. So that's why I would look at a 2015 V6. I can't afford the GT, unfortunately, but that would be a really cool car. I love the new body style. I'm absolutely in love with it. But yeah, those are my options. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a comment down below what you are a fan of, like I said. And yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. I'm sorry if this disappointed any of you guys, but in terms of time frame, we're looking at probably, I mean, it's probably going to be no shorter than like a month and a half to 2 months. And then it could be up to like 5 or 6 months. But yeah, it's coming, guys. Don't like unsubscribe because I'm not getting it next week. Please just stay with me, bear with me, be patient like I am, and we'll get this figured out and we'll get the car for you guys and myself. So yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. I will see you guys later, and peace.